Hey guys, it's Al from Altruistic Channel, and so today what I wanted to do is get up really early in the morning, apparently, and kind of set some intentions in place. So one of the things that I'm a big proponent of is always speaking your truth. So one thing that came to light with the King with No Kingdom, or the Moon King with No Kingdom, the book that I wrote, was about finding your voice and kind of walking your path to spirituality, and the importance of faith. And having faith not just in a higher power, but also finding your center and finding your faith in yourself, right? And so one of the things that I struggled with a little bit was what my place would be as far as spirituality, because I'm definitely not a guru. I'm a fucked up person, just like everybody else. I've worked through a lot of things, but I guess that's where the lesson would be for me to help the grander design, right? And so I finally stepped into the light, and I guess this is what this is about. So when we talk about faith and spirituality, what we're actually talking about is something a little bit more global. We've let a lot of people put a lot of limits into what we can or cannot do in this world. And so when I was setting up altruistic channels, I was being funneled to have to make a choice in a direction. And in truth, I'm just not that type of being. I'm not the type of person that bows down to other people's opinion. And so it's very important for me to state that very clearly. So what I've decided to do is just be blunt with what my intention is as far as what I see myself capable of doing for humanity as a whole. And so, not a guru, not a religion, not a faith. Just about spirituality and faith as speaking truth. And as a healer and as a seer, I can say this for myself. My intention for what I plan on doing in my vision of what I see in the next 6 years, which is very important for those of you in the know, is I'm going to bond us in what we have in common, and that is faith in ourselves and our abilities to protect our families and in our abilities to stand firm in what our truths are, because we're breaking limits, right? We're breaking all glass ceilings. We are no longer stuck in this mundane belief that we can only do certain things. We are limitless beings. And so with my book, that's what I'm stating here. And so going forward, what you will see is my acting in ways that help us bond together and grow in strength of inner courage. And we find that will to keep fighting, because at some point, when you work with the shadow side of yourself, you start to become more empowered. And as you become more and more empowered, no one questions your motivations anymore. And that's one thing that I broke free. And that's the one thing I can offer as far as like a coach type of thing, is that when you work that dark shadow side of yourself, all of those horrible things about yourself that you are neither proud of, nor that you may have even known about, when you break free of that, you instantly are karmically cleansed to some degree. I mean, I can't tell you how freeing I feel, right? But it's not about you buying into something. It's not about you having to believe in my religion or into my faith in the collective consciousness. You will come into that on your own naturally, because the collective consciousness isn't like a fad. It's a fact-based thing. It's logic and reasoning marrying with spirituality and faith. You can't deny they exist. They are yin and yang to one another. That's not my plight, and I can't make you come along for the ride. But what I can tell you is that I'm going to heal the planet and the humanity at once. And we're going to bond each other in the faith that we can do it, and that spirituality and that faith are the answer. Whether you pray to Allah, or whether you believe in God, or whether you believe in whatever you believe in, if you believe in magic, which also has truth in it, whatever you believe in, you have faith. And you have faith in us, and you have faith in yourself, but you can't get to that inner strength and that power that you have unless you actually go after what you know to be true. So what I'm speaking about, and what I'm going to be working on with everyone as we go forward, sorry, my nose is twitching for some reason, is hearing your voice. And hearing your voice means, first and foremost, understanding that you are not just a body. You are a spiritual human being that are trying to connect with something higher, who's trying to connect with you. Whatever you believe God to be, He is actively speaking through me and to you, and specifically in you. I'm just a vessel, right? I'm just one of the vessels that exists in this planet. And my thing is that I want you to grow in strength in feeling the ability to deal with that dark side of who you are. Because you're going to meet yourself at a very unparalleled place, and you're going to start exposing yourself to who you truly are. And as you work through that, doors will start flying, just fucking flying open for you. And your family will grow stronger, and you will grow stronger, and you will instantly be protected, and you will be part of the one. And when I speak of the one, it's non-denominational. I'm speaking about the one voice that exists between all human beings and all life and the planet itself. Because we're in danger of not just losing humanity, but we're losing the planet. So we're no longer engaging these assholes who think that there's no global warming. We're done with you. You're out of the picture. I'm bypassing you 100%. You have no power here. What I'm speaking to is the people who understand that we are fighting for our planet, because without the planet, humanity cannot go on. So enough with the bullshit. We're getting rid of that. I'm speaking to those people who are ready to engage themselves on a soul level with the body and coming to terms with the fact that you need one another. You need the soul to unite with the body in order to manifest your true path in life. This is not a guru coach type thing. This is about you finding your voice. When you find your voice, you're going to start uncovering things about your frequency and what we actually create when we manifest and when we think. And if you want to engage the world in a better way for yourself and break those glass ceilings wide open and suddenly become so empowered to know that everything has changed in your life, then do the work and I'll guide you. We're going to walk it together. First and foremost, read the book. Just get familiar with the book. It's not about sales. It's about you actually understanding where I'm coming from at get-go. There are 2 books. The first one talks about the dark side, and that one is also on Amazon. So they're Arevalo. But that one really dives deep into my shadow side, and so you can kind of read it if you want to engage what that's like. But the second one is where I kind of want you to start, and that's the good side of things. That's actually understanding why you need to work the shadow side of yourself. And when we speak of the shadow side, it's part of the collective, where you're basically doing the work as a soul that works with the body in unison. And what you're actively doing is trying to figure out why you do certain things and finding out what the darker sides of yourself are. And then when you look at it, to actually face it, and then you're going to go, oh, that's not a big deal. Or, okay, I need to work on this. And so as you start to work yourself through that, you're going to start to open doors for yourself, and you're going to start to come to understandings that are God-like, that they are God specifically speaking to you. You don't need to go through me at some point. This is just about opening the door to your spirituality. Because in the end, you know that you're just not a body, because you wouldn't be here. Your choices would never have let us get this far. So you understand that concept from the get-go. So this is about stepping up to who you are going to be going forward. Things have changed, and you know it on a soul level. You know that we are in a entirely different reality now. And you have the power to make your life something fantastic. And I'm going to show you how to do it in a very, very natural way based in logic and reasoning that marries spirituality and faith. All you have to do is start with yourself. Are you willing to show up for your life? Are you willing to change everything about you? Are you open to understanding that everything has truth in it and everything has falsities in it? Are you willing to cipher through them? These are all basic things that you as humans need to do, as we as beings need to do. And when you get to a point, you're going to quest for betterment, and you're going to make the world so much better. But it starts also with understanding that you have to help the world heal. My suggestion, what works for me, I sing every morning. It sounds ridiculous, but it is fantastic for your well-being. And everybody that I've spoken to that has done it, their life has just improved tenfold. Because when you sing, you change your frequency. You sing to God, essentially. Use it as your prayer, if you wish. That's how I use it. I use it to connect with Source. And so when I sing every morning, I sing for about 15 minutes. I put YouTube on or whatever the radio is on. Usually not the radio because they play too many commercials. But YouTube, I believe in reciprocity. So I tend to let the commercials play in between the songs to pay the people that I'm playing songs through. But more importantly, I let it basically jukebox itself. And I start from wherever God wants me to start. I just put on the playlist. I pick something that speaks to me. I sing at the top of my lungs. And then I let it go all the way through till God refers to himself. It's that simple. Usually it's like, suddenly it'll be like a prayer by Madonna. I don't know why he likes that one, but for me, that's what I hear a lot. And probably because something that I enjoy. And so then I stop and I start my day. Because essentially God has referred to himself in my life. And that's just what I do. Sometimes it's 15 minutes of prayer. Sometimes it's 45 minutes of prayer. Typically when it's 45 minutes of prayer, I'm working through something. So learn yourself. That's why I always say to people, what is your truth? What does your voice sound like? What do you honestly believe? The darker side of yourself and the lighter side. What is it that you want for yourself? Are you clear in your intention? Is there any other way to look at what could possibly come out of that intention? And all of that takes just knowing yourself. So in place of religion, let's talk about faith and let's talk about spirituality. Because every single human being has it. Because at the end of the day, we're trying not just to save ourselves. We're saving a planet that is in crisis because we've entertained these bullshit liars and people who have no merit whatsoever for too long. Now I'm asking you to step up and step with me into what's going to happen next. We got 6 years to turn this around for ourselves. I always say 6 arbitrarily, but there's more to that later that I'll explain. But it's nor here nor there to you at the moment. It's just something that I have as a set guideline, like a certain step that I need to meet. But for you, what I'm trying to say is, get your head in the game here. The game is this: we're fighting for your survival, your family's survival, and more importantly, your kids' future. And we're doing it in unison with each other. At the end of the day, whether you like me or dislike me, you know something has changed. And now we have to fight for our lives because we're fighting for a planet that is also in a crisis. It's now time. Let's do it. So that is what Altruistic Channels is all about. Read the book. Find it on Amazon.com or don't. But it all starts with you finding the strength to believe in something grander than yourself. And that's basically where I start. I'm trying to heal the planet and I'm trying to heal humanity. They're really lofty goals, maybe. To me, I have an exact plan. I know exactly what I'm doing. So come along and join me in building your future, because that's what this is all about. And that's it for Altruistic Channels. That's what I wanted to do. That is my intention at this point. I will share with you more as we go on every day. My path has opened up with lots of doors. I can't exactly share all of it right now, but just know that I'm coming to you at a very good point in my life, and understand that everything is going to make sense to you as we go. So that's Alpha Channels on behalf of the collective, but in general, people who are fighting for a better world and a better future for your kids and our kids. Let's band together and believe in something grander than us. That's it. Have a great day.